You know, we're coming to the close of our liturgical year in the Maronite Rite, and the Gospels are all oriented towards the end of times, reminding us. So it reminds us what will happen in the last days. Well, lately, we have been in the last days for a while, actually. But you know, some people prophesy on YouTube, and they assure us September 22nd, 23rd of just past anyway, the end of the world is coming. So a lot of people feel that they're receiving messages, but we're still all here. Well, it is not our business to guess when it's going to happen. We must always be ready. That's what this gospel is prompting us to do. It's encouraging us to look at our spiritual life. What are we doing? Are we watching over our souls? It's not enough just to come to church. It is good, but it's only part of being ready. We need to keep in touch with God throughout the day and make time to be with Him once, twice, 3 times a day. We must always be ready. So I mean, if tomorrow is the second coming, are we ready to meet God? What is it that I need to do to be prepared? No one knows the exact time or day when the second coming will be. Maybe if you before it happens, will get the grace to know. But for many of us, probably we won't know. Are we living the life that Christ wants us to live, or are we living in the flesh? Most of us are living in the flesh. Now, we have, on top of it, we have AI, which is an excellent tool if used properly. You know, we can detect cancer early. It helps us with the research about other illnesses and so on. And it can help with difficult, minute surgeries. So it's excellent for the medical field. We must pray that it won't be used for destructive purposes. When atomic and nuclear research was introduced, it was to make a nuclear bomb at that time. But then after that, it started being used for electricity and everything else, to help us continue living and on a cheaper way from the electricity. But also, so it could be used either way, AI. It could be used to build, and it could be used to destroy. If you ask most people, they will tell you that things are not right, and they are becoming worse. Now, are we being scared or pessimistic? No. I mean, this gospel is not meant to scare us. A1 is a positive technology, but there are a lot of negatives that it can bring that may turn the world upside down. So, relying only on AI technology can make us and our children lazy. For example, if we use it to do our thinking and writing, we will stop being creative, and the water channels of our thoughts will dry out because we are not challenged anymore, and the effects of this is physical and spiritual laziness. So the traditions, beloved, the traditions and values we grew up with are becoming extinguished. Phones, computers, and TV are taking over our minds, and in many cases also our hearts. We can see as a result that many, if not most, are becoming dry and cold. Commitments are a thing of the past. Nobody wants to commit. Faithful love is rarely thought of or practiced. So the only way to come closer to Christ is in prayer and sensitivity of heart. So the question first is not what is going on out there and how bad it is. We know there is stuff happening. But first, How can I watch over my soul and body so as not to fall with the falling culture into the trap of the flesh? Because this culture is falling into the trap of the flesh. We all know that. But I'm just reminding you, this is where the problem is. We need to know ourselves that we are weak and we can easily be tempted and fall into sin. Therefore, the closer we come to God, the more He will make us immune, maybe not completely, but He will give us the strength and the tools to fight back. I can do all things through Him. He gives me the strength and the wisdom. But if we say, God, I'm in your hands, you take care of me, He will take care of us completely. And we do not have to be afraid of our weaknesses. The more our hearts are pure and the more we rely on Him, the more He will be able to lead us and help us. Beloved, we are all called to go back to our grandparents' traditions and the simple way they approached life. Our grandparents were simple. Simplicity was easy. Today, everything is not simple. The problem is that our minds cannot keep up with the speeding technology and communications which are making our world as cold as a rock. This advancement in technology will create a robot generation where the love of many will become cold. I'm saying this to you so we have to watch for our children. We a little older, 50s, 60s, whatever. So what is this gospel prompting us to do today that needs to happen today, immediately? It seems that every year when we hear this gospel, we say to ourselves, I still have time. I will deal with that. The end of time is not coming soon. So I'll do something about it eventually. I remember one thing, my mother, Allah yarhamha, she used to tell me, finish what you need to finish today. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough troubles of its own. We should never lose our focus, beloved, which is to be with God at the end of our lives. That's the main thing. We're living here to go to God later on. Let's not lose that focus. If we lose that focus, then our selfishness and the world and the evil one will take over and take charge. And even if we feel comfortable, because they will make us feel comfortable, we will be going in a different direction. It is of the utmost importance to establish a close relationship with Christ. If we haven't done that yet, today is the day to start. Let's not postpone it till tomorrow. So this gospel is prompting us today to change our ways, to come to confession frequently and establish a solid relationship with Christ by surrendering to His will at every time. So coming to Mass every Sunday is good, but it's not enough. We need to establish a life of prayer, a continuous way to be with Him. We can see better when we have eyeglasses, all of us that needs to see, but when we connect with Christ, He will let us use His eyes to look at the world, and it's totally different vision and view. We can start looking at others with love and see things His way, walk in His footsteps, and trust in Him that He will lead us to His heavenly kingdom. Beloved, let's make the change today. Let us stop postponing. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. This day, Jesus, I trust in you. Amen.